As English writer Lewis Carroll once stated, "Who in the world am I? That's the great puzzle." Many people today, particularly in the upcoming generations, question their individuality and self-worth at least one point in their lifetimes due to the ever-changing beliefs of society. Why do we behave in a specific manner, and what exactly has led us to this point? Well, what do you feel has shaped you into the person that you are today? Personally, I've pondered what I feel has directed me to the point I am at in my life, and why I am the person I am today. Whether it be genetics, the environment surrounding me, my religion, or even my schooling, a variety of factors have without a doubt had an influence over me. I've come to the conclusion that I believe one's environment and upbringing plays a more significant role in rounding one's character than genetics. This claim is in agreement to the nurture side of the nature versus nurture argument. Today I will speak of how a person's personality, temperament, and intellectual achievements are the result of environmental factors one is accustomed to. The nature versus nurture debate is not new territory. It's fair to assume when I mention this ongoing debate, you have a simple understanding of each side, and maybe have even formed an opinion of your own. I'm in support of the nurture side of the argument, which claims that while genetic traits do have some degree of influence on the origins of our behavior, environmental factors possess a more influential role in an individual's performances. The first thing I will do is provide evidence that the personality traits held by every individual are the result of our own perceptions. While there's no denying that certain traits, such as height, hair color, eye color, are traits we inherit from our parents, personality traits are composed of factors like group socialization, which are outside of our genetic makeup. As told by the article Beyond Nature versus Nurture, the development of personality through digital projection, traits are passed on from parents and then molded through our own experiences with our peers and the rest of society. The presence of those we live with perhaps affects us the most. However, that doesn't necessarily mean our parents. According to the New World Encyclopedia, one of the most famous psychologists in support of the nurture theory was John Watson, who claimed that he had the ability to choose a baby at random and train it to become any type of specialist that he desired it to be, regardless of the infant's potentials, talents, or race. The opposing side of these claims is the nature theory. Those who are in agreement with the nature theory believe that the abstract characteristics such as hobbies, preferences, personality, and sexual orientation are all predetermined in our DNA. As explained by the article, Implications for the Teaching and Learning Process, the behaviors we bestow as we identify our place in this world are a reflection on the humanity that surrounds us. Another area that cannot be strictly determined by genetics is temperament, or in other words, our behavior. The structure of our personalities reflects our cultural settings. The knowledge of our heritage and background causes certain behaviors in individuals. An awareness of our cultural values contributes to how we believe we are perceived by others. The way we distinguish ourselves may even be based on the opinions of others. The looking glass concept demonstrates how a person's growth can be based on interpersonal interactions of others. If you base your growth simply on the sentiments of others, it's likely your abilities will reflect the attitudes of those who you spend a significant amount of time with, like your family. In this case, your temperament would be determined by environmental factors and not genetics. One's intellectual achievements are another example of a factor independent of genetics. Intellect is strongly subjective to the amount of emphasis placed by family members, peers, and friends. In fact, according to Nature versus Nurture article I mentioned earlier, the environment you are raised in will determine your ability to learn and retain information. For example, studies performed by Macalester College suggest that adoptive siblings with no biological relation still tend to maintain similar academic performances. While there's still no denying the presence of certain characteristics are the result of genes, the status of those you're living with also has a toll on your ability to function intellectually. Studies among families of different social classes with ranging intellect and financial statuses prove this. Some individuals raised in poverty put forth less effort in school simply because they feel they will remain in poverty. However, others use this as motivation to rise to a higher social ground. The environment and upbringing of an individual plays a more significant role in running one's character than genetics. Today I spoke on how personality traits held by every individual are the result of our own perceptions, temperament is not determined by genetics, and intellectual achievements can be influenced on the amount of emphasis placed by surrounding people. The next time you wonder the reasons behind your own individuality, remember these various factors and that you have a huge say in the person you are today. While it is a fact that certain traits we exercise are a result of our genetic makeup, we still get to choose who we want to be as we travel through our lifetime. So, have you answered Lewis Carroll's question and started to put your own puzzle pieces together?